Hi, everybody. This is Nate. Welcome, my co-host, Irish Granny Helen, for this Heroes and Villains show, our weekly show.
Thank you for having me as your guest, Nate. I appreciate it.
Co-host, not
Kind of, potato, potato.
So let's just kind of dive into our talk here, and I will give you the honor to pick heroes or villains.
Well, you know how I always like to start with the bad stuff. Eat your vegetables first, save the best, the dessert for last, right? So let's talk about peace prizes.
Yes.
And the villain of the week, I forget his name. I forgot to write it down. The guy in charge, that Italian man, and it's no reflection on Italians. I love Italy. The head of the football, which is really
FIFA.
soccer. Yeah,
FIFA.
yeah. With the fake peace prize with the hands holding up the earth, the hands try to cover the earth in agony. For Trump, did you witness that debacle? Did you see him grab that medal like a 2-year-old?
And I feel like there's actually a part two in this, which I found out today, that it's not just a medal. Did you know that?
Is there money involved?
No, there's like a building, some sort of peace, the Donald J. Trump Peace Center.
Are they connected or is it just coincidental? I think it might
No,
just
like
be
they
they really are
decided
connected.
to do the medal, but also, like a museum or a center, because, to carry out his legacy.
You know, a while back, I made a video on the architecture of fascism, and I talked about imperial
Exactly.
architecture from ancient Rome. And, Mussolini was building his own city outside Rome. He was really into it. Hitler, with his architect and his whole attempt to rewrite the visual presence of Berlin. He had, big plans for that. I think there's something about that narcissistic need for
Connected.
attention and control, like the Trump Kennedy Center.
But
Yeah.
how, let me ask you this question. How can you be awarded a peace prize where you actually change the name of the Defense Department to the Department of War? Where's the logic here?
Well, that's a rhetorical question. Exactly. Why the whole thing defies logic. It
Yes.
makes no sense. And an awful lot of people are falling for it. But my villain is this man, and I don't know how much autonomy he has. The president of the
FIFA.
football, right? Uh, I don't know if everybody watches South Park, but I'll just say the cosmetic brown color to the nose of a lot of people. It's becoming a whole thing on South Park, and I'm seeing it more and more spreading out around all sorts of organizations. And here we have this international organization. It's truly remarkable. I think
One
they're
thing
afraid of him.
One thing that I would say, though, and it's so rare that it's worth mentioning, I actually agreed with Trump on one thing related to this event, which is interesting. He said something along the lines that football in the US might have to be renamed to something else because football in the rest of the world is soccer and it's actually football. My personal opinion being dual citizen and have, not just an American citizenship, but also a European citizenship. Yes, don't call it football. It's never been football. Soccer is football. So I actually agree with Trump.
Care. I have less than zero interest in soccer or football or
But
football.
it's
And
not the same thing.
no,
It's not the same
I
thing. Yeah.
understand that. Yeah, I just don't care about any
Yeah.
of it, except for it's a symptom of runaway narcissistic, egotistical baloney.
Let's move to your next victim.
our illustrious Secretary of Health and whatever, Robert Kennedy Jr., has absolutely, and we have to be careful talking about this topic, YouTube, but he has absolutely upended the schedule for children after they're born and they get that, that series that goes on for a couple of years after they're born has almost virtually eliminated a list of childhood diseases that killed children. And polio is the perfect example. I'm old enough to remember when parents didn't want you to go to the pool or the movie theater or any large crowd, and people knew people in iron lungs, and children died, and it was a scourge. And I remember getting in line at the local school to receive my little pink
Yes,
sugar cube. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this except that it's heartbreaking
I
and
know.
egregious. Yeah.
And I saw him. There was on a YouTube, not YouTube, but social media video that he was in the metro, New York metro, doing pull-ups. It was just so.
Toxic masculinity.
Yes, yes. Thank you. I
Who
was.
cares? Yeah, who cares how many pull-ups you can do?
I mean, yes. Anyone else?
Those are the only two I have.
Okay, so which one are we reading on?
Um, I don't know. What do you think? I think actually, I know how important the whole topic with Robert Kennedy Jr. is, but I'm actually more interested in how obsequious the world has become to this one individual who they're laughing at behind his back. He doesn't seem to understand that this is all phony. It's just that driving need for attention and recognition and awards. It's remarkable, and I wonder how much is the world going to go down this path of kowtowing and trying to appease him. It's appeasement, cultural appeasement. What do you
It,
think? Is that not worth reading about?
no, it is. It's just gross.
I'm glad you used that word because that's how I feel. Yeah. Just look at a few cards. I'm using my Pulp Fiction cards, which I use for reprehensible criminals of all types. Oh, wow.
I got I mentioned it while people are watching. Most people with this new deck that I'm using, it's a little dark, but generally speaking, the feedback has been really, really good. Some people feel like it's a little dark, so I'll try to position the card in the best way possible, but just wanted to mention the vast majority love how it looks like paintings, so that's why I keep using it. Um, First card, the Four of Pentacles. Okay,
Oh,
I
it's
think
really cool. Yeah.
yes. So, you know, it's the power, holding money. When people have power and money, then, and again, we see that with the Nine of Pentacles. The abilities that he has because he has power and money. So he attracts people who are going to please him. King of Cups. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I got something very similar. I got the Two of Wands. They're calculating their own future relationships with him and the damage he can do, and they're kissing up, right? And I got the Ten of Pentacles reversed. They're really afraid of losing access to good deals, business deals, tariffs. I think that the football people, the soccer people, are terrified that he'll capriciously change what cities they can have their games in, or whatever. But I got, interestingly, the situation is going to lead to more suffering and the overturning of institutions.
Mm,
They will
okay.
capitulate. I think that is going to be the pattern.
Any bad news? Okay. So on my end, I won't really go into this a lot. Maybe we'll go through that in the current events, but this is kind of we are obliged to talk about this. The boat strike, except I mean,
Oh,
no
God.
comment, but I mean, yeah, a whole mess. I actually don't think it's going to be able to hold this job for too long. I really don't feel so. Um, the other topic that is less talked about, um, so US states are putting AI, not A1, AI regulations, right? And Trump just put an executive order to block AI regulations.
Mhm.
I mean, that's AI needs to be regulated. I mean,
Yep. Yep.
it's like anything powerful, it needs to be regulated. It talks
Right.
about anything and everything, giving advice on anything and
Mhm.
everything, has no limits.
Very powerful because it gets into people's heads, you know.
Yes.
Uh, this comes as no surprise. I did a thing on surveillance, the surveillance state the other day, and these corporations are making deals with the federal government, including Amazon, including Ring, including Flock, the license plate readers. All of these companies are sidestepping state regulations to protect privacy by making private side deals with the federal government to give your data. Nothing
Yeah.
is private. your
No.
your ring camera is being monitored 24/7 in real time, and all of that is recorded and given to the federal government.
Your Alexa Amazon device listens to you, and those files are sent by batch every night.
Well, yours
Um,
might, but I don't have one of those in my house.
I'm not completely
Mhm.
surprised. The next one, I actually have four villains. The Supreme Court's ready to back Trump on his firings. You know, the whole
Yep.
discussions of who he
Yep.
can fire, just so gross. And finally, I mean, Trump called the Somali from Somalia community garbage, and he was defended on that by Tom Homan.
Well, takes one to know one.
So it's like, yes, okay, we're reading. Okay, so we have the Supreme Court and the Trump firings. They both AI regulations or Tom Homan. What do we read on? Supreme
Well,
Court?
you get to decide because it's your villains, but I'll tell you what I'm worried about is how far this racist anti-immigrant stuff is going to go. I'm really worried about
I
it.
heard, and so I don't have the information, but I heard from a client that there was a group of about to be sworn in citizens, and they got taken away by ICE on their
Yeah, who
path
came to
to
take the oath, right?
the
It's just a
oath.
formality. Yeah, yeah. You
Okay, so
know,
yeah, I
American
mean,
history, Nate, very quickly, American history, 100 and something years ago, the Chinese were reviled. They passed laws to only allow them in to work on the railroad, but they didn't want them cluttering up their nice white streets, right? And in especially the East Coast, you could see signs in places of employment, no Irish need
yeah,
apply. You know, the Germans were reviled, the Irish, the Italians were considered not white. Listen to Dean Martin talk about what it was like when he was a
yeah.
child. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was just a reminder that about a year ago, in a in the winter on a ski shop in Switzerland, on the shop there was a sign, "No Jews." Yes. Okay. Kind of taking a little bit of a step back, the Supreme Court's direction when it comes to Trump, because I mean there are just so many cases now. It has really accumulated. Supreme Court feeling or energy when it comes to Trump.
Okay. I'm not surprised.
My God, go ahead.
Okay, well, got the Nine of Pentacles. They're bought and paid for. Absolutely bought and paid for. They will make it happen. They're in his pocket. This is what's going to happen, or he's in their pocket. Uh, I think the Amy Coney Barrett, uh, position. I think of this as her. It was the tilting point. I think also people have the expectation that maybe she's a little more moderate. You're going to find that's not true. And then I got the Three of Cups reversed. I don't think their decisions are going to be well received. This is really bad. They are
A problem.
100%
Yes.
compromised. Yeah.
I I pretty much have the same cards as you do. Queen of Wands. Um, could be
Wow.
seen as Amy or the resistance also on the Democrat side
True.
of the court.
True.
Um, the Nine of Pentacles, like you had with the money aspect, yeah, those cards are pretty much the same.
Wow.
The aspect of money with the Two of Cups, you had the Three of Cups, Two of Cups, the
Wow.
details, yes, and then very similar to where you have the Seven of Swords, the betrayal.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not looking very good. Moving on to heroes, just
Wow.
because we're pressed for time.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. I know.
I will start. Um, Very interesting, and I have four as well. Um, Jasmine Crockett, who set to announce her bid for Texas Senator. I mean, that's so good news. Really, really happy about that. I have a feeling we might read on that. Um, the EU has fined Elon Musk 120 million about the that it's the whole X platform with the blue tick that's been, you get a blue tick when you're verified, but there's no verification process really. So he got fined for that and he got really upset. That was pretty good from the EU side. Um, the German youth is fighting against the conscription, because it is mandatory, like they want the Germans youth. And mind you, like in France, it got announced, but this is more of a voluntary basis. In Germany, this is mandatory, and they are going against that. Like
Good for them.
there's a lot of pushback. Um, I mean, and look at history. Just, I mean,
It's
yeah.
terrifying. I know.
And then the last piece that also was, it's like heroes and good news. Science and health scientists are working on I think I can send the word like an
Hmm.
injection
Hmm.
to prevent fentanyl drug overdose,
Isn't that interesting? That's very interesting.
which is, I mean, will saves people's lives.
Yeah. Better than bombing boats.
And yeah, I mean, like obviously we need to work at the root of the problem, but it can also prevent people to die. So I thought that was really fascinating.
It's
So
really
all of those
interesting.
things are really good news, but I think we shall read on Jasmine Crockett.
Okay. Do you feel good about her winning?
Well, that I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have, I mean, I read the article and I was thinking about it and I didn't have, like that immediate gut reaction one way or the other. So it may not be,
No, I don't. I don't have a pulse on it. So,
yeah, yeah.
Senator,
Let's see.
hmm,
She's so funny.
it's it's undecided, but I'm not getting a strong yes in terms of how things gonna go. Two of Swords, it's a little bit. She's at a crossroad. It's interesting. We see the moon here in the background because I get the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of things going on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
The Eight of Pentacles, money and fundraising gonna be key in this race.
Mm-hmm. Well, I see her as the potential to put stop to a lot of really unjust laws and put some compassion back into the process. She's a strong supporter of the rule of law, right? I got the Eight of Pentacles. It's
Oh,
going to be
so
about fundraising.
yeah, yeah,
You got the Moon. I got the High Priestess.
same thing.
She has innate spiritual wisdom. This goes beyond brains and it goes beyond common sense. It's intuitive wisdom. She brings something to the process that's really lacking. And I think her campaign, I don't know, I think it looks like it might be a promising thing. I don't see an end result, but I see a
No,
strong start.
yeah,
Very strong
okay,
start.
yeah. I don't think we have an outcome now, but
No.
it. All right, I'm passing you the
Quickly,
baton
okay.
for your hero.
Elon Omar from Minnesota, who is a Somali, right? Yeah, uh,
I didn't know.
immigrant.
Okay,
Pardon?
I
You
didn't
didn't?
know. I
I
didn't.
think she's Somali. I don't think I misspoke. She's from somewhere. She's an immigrant. Um, and she's Muslim and she's a woman and she has an excess of melanin in her skin, if you ask Donald Trump. And she is not afraid of him. She
No.
stands up to him. She speaks truth to power. She has
Yes.
enormous courage. It's fueled
Yes.
by a sense of right and wrong that's well defined. And she accused Stephen Miller of using dehumanizing language like the Nazis. This is what more of our politicians have to do. Say it like it is. I admire her courage. I worry about her safety. I want her to be okay. But I think that when you do what she has done, stand up and face this kind of evil, this racial evil, you do take a risk. So I'm hoping she'll be okay. And then my other one, Don Lemon. Now I understand he's controversial. I have never watched him. I know who he is, but I read something about him the other day. He was absolutely vocal about what Trump said about
Oh,
Somalis.
yeah.
It doesn't bear repeating. It was disgusting. And Don Lemon called him, the guy who said it, a racist piece of fill in the
You know
blank.
what?
Yeah. And I'm just so grateful to people who are not afraid to speak up.
I actually read Don Lemon's book. I think it's his biography, autobiography, or it's actually quite interesting.
Is he an immigrant too? Is he from, is he from South Africa or is it his parents? I feel like he's an immigrant too.
I don't remember, but
Yeah.
I like him. Yes. Um, so what are you reading on?
Uh, are we going to see more people like Omar,
Okay.
people like John Lennon, yeah, who are going to speak up, stand up, and have some backbone? I heard the funniest thing last night. I forget who said it, but talking about these politicians who capitulate. Do you know who? Uh, it was described as they've had their spinal cord removed and replaced by Mar-a-Lago pool noodle.
Wow, my cards are very encouraging.
Oh, we need that. What'd you get?
Um, the Wheel of Fortune. See how I'm pretty good at covering.
Very
Uh,
accurate, anatomically accurate.
so there's a shift. People recognize the moment. The Eight of Wands, an acceleration, I think, of raising the awareness for this
More going to
problem.
have courage, yeah.
And I think this is more women, Queen of Swords. We were talking about Jasmine
Omar.
Crockett. We were talking about Omar. We were
Mm-hmm.
talking. I think it might be women.
Oh, this is so interesting. So first you get the Six of Pentacles. I feel like there has to be an incentive to put a fire under these politicians. And the reason you see women, I agree with you, is women have more to lose. There's already an incentive there. And I get the Queen of Pentacles. So reiterating, that it's women who are going to speak up. They are going to be successful in this. And here's how I know. The Tower overturns the Emperor.
Oh, wow.
That gives me great hope. I never get to
Yes,
say that. I rarely get to say that in a reading. It gives me great hope.
this is amazing. Yes, I know. This is shockingly good.
I know we can pinch me. We can hardly believe it. I
Perfect,
know.
perfect way to end the show on
Yeah.
this hope, because we need to hold on to that. We cannot give up or anything. We're in for the fight.
Well, we're gonna record our current events. You put heroes and villains on your channel, so we better get some good results on current events because no fair you get all the positive cards on your channel.
Yes. And everyone, welcome to watch us on Helen's channel, for kind of a part two. Let's just call it this way.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be there.
I
Thank you.
might, I might be there too. I'll see if, yeah,
Please
yeah.
don't hurt yourself. Thank you,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone. Thank you for watching.
Bye. Thanks,
Bye.
Nathe.